Hello, and welcome to today's edition of Talk Sport here on Global Television. I am Samuel Odi, many thanks for joining on today's edition of the program as we look into X-ray and have conversation around the world of sports. One of Nigerians' own, who represented Nigeria beautifully at AFCON, scoring 2 goals for the Super Eagles, has gone back to his team. That's talking about Sevilla, and also coming from behind, he was able to score 2 goals for his club side to level at a 2-2 draw, and then sharing the points with the opponent. We'll be having that conversation. And then talking swimming today, Dolphins Swimming Leagues entered its seventh leg in the season. So, it's just a lot that will be happening. And then we're seeing a certain level of partnership. Yesterday, there were a lot of actions in the Nigerian Professional Football League. Enugu Rangers had an encounter yesterday, and also Katsina United bowed to Warri Wolves yesterday as well at home. So we'll be having that conversation. Also, we'll be moving to the EPL. We'll be looking at the standings of what the EPL is currently looking like, and then what chances are there for teams to snatch a win. Arsenal has been on a massive trend, and they are looking to run away with this season's EPL, but there are other teams as well tailing them behind. We'll bring you highlights as well of NBA football and also the game that was played last night as well. So we'll go in deep today, and then we'll talk a lot about Nigerian football, and also congratulations to DG, who became the General Secretary of the Olympic Committee team. Congratulations to him. And again, we'll be having conversation around athleticism, as we saw the Athletic Federation of Nigeria setting some new standards and getting the ball rolling ahead of the calendar year for athletes here locally and as well as internationally. That's those representing Nigeria in the grassroots and those representing Nigeria in overseas. So we'll be having all of those conversations and more immediately after this break. Stay with us. Many thanks for staying. If you're just joining, this is Talk Sport here on Global Television, and I am Samuel. Now let's get right into the conversation. Lagos Panthers Dolphin Swimming League partners with Dolphin Swimming League for long course events. Impressed by the quality of organization and impact of Nigeria's fourth most private inter-school swimming competition, the Dolphin Swimming League, the Lagos State Sport Commission has agreed to partner with the organizers to stage its first long course event on February the 21st at the Mobolaji Johnson Sporting Center, Rowan Park, Lagos. It will be recalled that Lagos dominated the 2025 National Youth Games with swimming, contributing the majority of the state's gold medals. Most of the medalists were produced of Dolphin Swimming League, a fact acknowledged by the Director General of Lagos State Sports Commission, Lekon Fatodun, who pledged continued support for the initiative. Speaking during the third leg of the season 7 of the Dolphin Swimming League, Fatodun commended the organizers and highlighted that the improvement is absolutely remarkable. There is no doubt that many talents are consistently being discovered through this event. The Lagos State government is committed to providing the necessary support to ensure young people have the opportunity to showcase their talent and launch into greatness. So looking at this now, this is no news. Even at Nuga, we saw lots of swimmers, though the swimming did not happen in the University of Jos. It happened at the Moshood Abiola Stadium here in Abuja. Most of the athletes that won the gold medal are from dolphin swimming and again they came in from Lagos. So all of those individuals, yes, we're seeing that there've been a certain level of high competitiveness in swimming when it comes to Lagos State. And then looking at this now, partnering with the state government is actually remarkable to take the event to the next level. So moving away from that quickly, unique calls for mental strength after Eyimba's home draw. Eyimba's technical advisor Deji Aini has urged his players to remain mentally strong after being held to a goalless draw by 10-men Barra FC in Aba. The People's Elephant dominated much of the second half but were unable to turn a numerical advantage into goals. Adeni identified anxiety in front of goal as a major factor which missed opportunity. Despite the frustration, Adeni expressed confidence in his squad's ability to rediscover their winning edge. Eyimba will now face a demanding away run starting with the trips to Niger Tornadoes and Nasarawa United, and these actions are meant to be coming up later this weekend. Still talking MPFL, Maikaba optimistic despite Wiki Torres' defeat in Jos. Wiki Torres head coach Abadu Maikaba has admitted his side is going through a difficult spell following their 1-0 loss to Plateau United in Jos. Despite dominating large portions of the match, Wiki Torres failed to convert their chances and were punished earlier in the second half. The coach, however, remained optimistic that his team would overcome their struggle with improved finishing and focus, despite slipping into relegation zone in the 17th spot with 23 points. Then moving on, still talking the MPFL, we'll look at the standings. We'll look at standings 1 and we'll look at table 1 and table 2. But before we do that, Boboye salutes Insurance. That's talking about Bendel Insurance. Greats after thrilling win. Bendel Insurance head coach Kennedy Boboye has praised his players for their courage and discipline following their dramatic 3-2 victory over El Kelemi Warriors in Benin last weekend. The Benin Arsenal recovered from an early setback to climb maximum points and extend their impressive run in the MPFL. Speaking after the match, Boboye applauded his team's resilience after conceding in the opening minutes. Boboye, however, admitted that the team is still a work in progress, particularly in attack. Bendel Insurance now sits 5th on the table with 32 points and will next face Shooting Stars in Ibadan later this weekend as well. Now let's move on to Niger State, where Niger Tornadoes Majid laments missed chances in Lafia loss. Niger Tornadoes head coach Majid Mohammed has admitted his team paid dearly for the poor first half display following their 2-1 defeat to Nasarawa United at Lafia Stadium. The visitors conceded 2 early goals before mounting a spirited second half comeback that ultimately fell short. He praised his players' response after the break, highlighting their dominance and improved attacking play following tactical changes. Despite the defeat, Mohammed remains focused on a quick turnaround as Tornadoes prepare to host Eyimba in their next league feature later this weekend. And then moving on to the southeast now, Enugu Rangers Warri Wolves secure most important wins. Rangers International and Warri Wolves both ended their Nigerian Premier Football League match day 21 with an outstanding winning note as the final feature of the round were concluded. At the Dan Anyanwu Stadium Owerri, Rangers International produced a stunning performance to edge Kun Khalifat 2-1 in the fiercely contended Oriental Derby. The visitors took the lead in the 44th minute through Chidozie Ikwendu, but the home team equalized late in the game through James Igwebike in the 87th minute and took set to escape with a draw. However, Rangers showed a character and resilience before sealing the win deep into the stoppage time as Chidozie struck again in the 96th minute to snatch a sensational victory for the visitors. The win moved Rangers up to 5th place on the standings with 33 points, while Kun Khalifat remained rooted to the bottom of the table with 18 points after another painful home defeats. Now, looking at this now, like I rightly mentioned yesterday and last weekend, we are going to be witnessing significant changes week in and week out in the NPFL. So now let's take a look at the NPFL Table 1. We'll be looking at Rivers United as the city number 1 comfortably with 41 points after 21 matches being played. So in total, they have 11 wins, 8 draws and 2 losses from 21 matches played. They're sitting in the second position, Abia Warriors, with 37 points, haven't played 21 games, winning 11, drawing 4 and losing 6. Then looking at it now, sitting in the third position, Ikorodu City, having played 21 games, have 9 wins, 8 draws and 4 losses. That's rounded their points to 35. Nasarawa United in the fourth position with 21 points, with 35 points, 10 wins, 5 draws and 6 losses. Enugu Rangers, who climbed up to the 5th position yesterday, have played 21 games with 9 wins, 6 draws and 6 losses. That's made them settle with 33 points. Bendel Insurance, Arsenal of Nigeria and Arsenal of Benin City, having played 21 games, 8 wins, 8 draws and 5 losses, which kept them with 32 points. And then looking at these Shooting Stars, having played 21 games, they have 9 wins, 5 draws and 7 losses. That they settled with 32 points. Warrior Wolves, having played 21 games, and then they have 8 wins, 6 draws and 7 losses. Niger Tornadoes with 9 wins, 2 draws and 10 losses. That settles them with 29 points. Katsina United haven't played 21 games. They won 8, they drew 5, and then they lost 8 as well, and then they settled for 29 points. So looking at it now, as it stands, basically Rivers United are gapping the second place Abia Warriors with 4 points, and then Ikorodu City are being gapped by Abia Warriors with just 2 points. So if you're looking at it now, the margin is not different. 4th position and 3rd and 4th position are on the same points margin. So that means come this weekend, there's the high chance that Enugu Rangers might even get into the number 3rd position if they get to win their match away from home. And then Ikorodu City and Nasarawa United, if they settle for draws or they lose their matches, that means one of each of these teams might be dropping down to the 5th and the 6th position if they don't have a very good run. And then there's a high chance that Shooting Stars might advance further if they get to win their match this weekend. So there's a whole lot that will be happening in this table because we'll be seeing a lot of changes. Now let's look at the second standing, where we are looking at the Elkelemi Warriors having played 21 games. None of the teams have an outstanding game. Elkelemi Warriors having played 21 games, winning 8, drawing 4 and losing 9. They have 28 points. Eyimba of Aba, who struggled yesterday despite having a man down, having a higher advantage to win the game, they still stumbled last night, and then they were left with 27 points, haven't played 21 games. Bayelsa United with 26, Barra FC, who held Eyimba to a goalless draw in Aba, have 25 points. Remo Stars, the current champions of the NPFL, having 25 points as well. Remo Stars, I don't know if it was them going to CAF that distracted them or took their eye off the ball and what's happening in the NPFL, because they have not been on a very good form this season after winning the championship last year. So let's move on. Kwara United, having played 21 games, they have 24 points, and then Wiki Tourists with 23 points, Plateau United with 23 points, Kano Pillars with 22 points, and Kun Khalifat FC with 18 points, which is now a relegation team. If they don't get to improve and get to win more of their games, we still have like a couple of 14 thereabout. Around 14 games that are left to be played in this season. So if they don't catch up and get to win more games, they might be, relegated back to the NNL. And I'm certain that's not what the management of the team will be looking forward to. So 18, 19, and 20, Plateau United, Kano Pillars, and Kun Khalifat FC are in the red zone so far. So we'll see how all of this will pan out for these teams, and then we'll see if they'll be able to, bounce back, and then if we'll see an upset. But aside that, from the way Rivers United are going, they are looking as if they are going to run away with these current standings. But we'll see what happens. 14 more games to go before the end of the season. We will see what team will emerge victorious. So now let's move on and leave Nigerian Professional Football League and then talk about the NFF and Eric Chil. Quickly, Chil to keep Nigerian job, set for more training. Super Eagles head coach Eric Chil is set to undergo further training with top European clubs while remaining in charge of the national team. Former Nigerian Football Federation President Amodu Picnic revealed that arrangements are being made for the Frank Malian tactician to undertake internship at elite clubs to enhance his technical abilities. Speaking after Nigeria's third place finish at the 2025 African Cup of All Nations, Pinnick disclosed that he had spoken with FIFA technical head as a winger about a plan. NFF President Ibrahim Gusso has also thrown his weight behind Chile, praising the 48-year-old for his work since taking charge in January 2024. So looking at this now, I think everybody is happy with the results so far that we got from Eric Chil and also the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So with all of this now, I think, yes, it's good. Let's see what the next couple of seasons or the next couple of encounters and African League qualifiers will be like with Eric Chil, looking at how impressive he has been. Despite the fact that he's being wooed by other countries, I think he's deciding to stay with the Super Eagles of Nigeria to prove a point. So we're hoping to see that wouldn't last so long, and then you'll be able to get a result as he wanted so far. We settled for a bronze medal at AFCON 2025, which was hosted by Morocco. That wasn't the result that the Super Eagles of Nigeria went to Morocco for, but football happens, anything can happen, and then they came back at least with a medal. So congratulations to Eric Chil, congratulations to the entire Super Eagles as they made it through to come back with a medal. And a whole lot of those individuals came back with man of the match trophies. So aside the bronze medal, most of them came out back home with trophies. So let's move on. Now, still talking Super Eagles. Eagles scores to the 26th highest FIFA ranking in the last 16 years. The Super Eagles of Nigeria have climbed to the 26th in the latest FIFA Men's World Ranking, their highest position in 16 years, following a strong run at the 2025 African Cup of Nations in Morocco. Host Morocco also broke into the top 10 for the first time since 1998, reflecting their significant impact of the tournament on African football. Eric Chil's boys were among the biggest movers in January 2026 FIFA ranking, raising 12th place after securing the bronze medal in the continental competition. Their provisional highest ranking was in May 2010 when they were ranked 21st in the world, and now we have seen that the trajectory has changed. They have now moved further. So looking at this now, the Super Eagles are actually arguably one of the best teams in Africa. Now, obviously, the current champions now is Senegal. So we could just say, yes, Senegal might be the best team. But now it has been argued between Egypt, Senegal, Morocco. Egypt, Senegal, Morocco, and Egypt. Egypt, Senegal, Nigeria, and Ghana, as well as South Africa. These are the top 5 teams that they are saying are the biggest in Africa. So we will see how all of this pans out as this FIFA ranking continues. And again, we are still hearing rumors that the Super Eagles will be missed or might still make it to the World Cup. But we will still look at how all of those stories will be coming up. But currently, it's just looking to see if you're getting set to pass an elephant through the eye of a needle if the Super Eagles will get to make it through to the World Cup. So we'll see how all of that pans out. And then if there's any developing story, we'll definitely bring that to your notice. So Talking about the Super Eagles and the Super Eagles players, Adams marks AFCON return with Sevilla brace. Sevilla striker Ako Adams made a memorable return from the African Cup of All Nations, coming off the bench to score twice and secure a 2-2 draw against Elche. The Nigerian international netted both goals for Sevilla, ending the club's 4-game losing streak in all competition. Elche, who have won just 2 of their last 13 top-flight matches, took the lead inside 15 minutes. Meantime, Martin Nesto cleverly released Alexis Fabres into space on the edge of the box, allowing the midfielder to fire past a slightly out of position Sevillan goalkeeper Odysseus. So looking at this, the hosts doubled their advantage 10 minutes into the second half through German Valard. Adam, who enjoyed a strong AFCON campaign in Morocco with Nigeria, was introduced at the start of the second half. He pulled a goal back for Sevilla, and then Sevilla, the club's first competitive strike in the 5 matches, and then he also pulled off a second. Now, let me bring you a quick highlight around this game.